Hello everyone and welcome to another video, and today we're going to be doing a Pokemon Legendary Music Tournament. And I know it feels like I've been doing a lot of tier lists recently, but they're honestly a lot of fun to do. And this is one I actually kind of wanted to do from the start anyway. Now, I do want to start off by saying I noticed uploads have not been as consistent recently, and I want to apologize. Hopefully everything should be back to normal soon, but it might no longer be daily, but I want it to be as close to daily as possible. So I'm going to start off with the rules. Obviously these are not in any particular order. S tier is just going to be my favorite, A is going to be really good, B is pretty good, C is fine, D is starting to get bad, and F is just trash. I'm going to listen to all the versions here that are shown and of course rate them. Now I'm not going to be talking while the music is playing, and I'm going to listen to between a minute to maybe 2 to a minute and a half, because I don't want to listen to the full for all of them, since this is already going to be a fairly long video that doesn't need to get any longer. That being said, I'm also going to be doing a couple cuts just to get to the music, which shouldn't be a big deal. And that being said, it looks like the first one we have is Necrozma. Normal Necrozma. And we'll be there in just a minute. So that was Necrozma's theme, and while I don't know as like music if I like it that much, but it definitely fits Necrozma well. Like in the games, he literally is here to fuck your shit up, and that theme definitely invokes that. So that's definitely a solid B, pretty good. Looks up next, if I can speak. Next up we have Deoxys from Emerald, and we're gonna see how that sounds. So that was Deoxys' Emerald version, and honestly, Deoxys is one of my favorite legendary themes. In fact, This one and the ORAS one is literally my second favorite. Oh, that's not the right one. My second favorite legendary theme in all of Pokemon. Not quite my favorite, but number 2. Tie number 2, since honestly I think both of them are really good. I guess maybe the ORAS one is a little bit better. So I'm just going to let you know ahead of time. It's going to be right here. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Next up we have Mewtwo from Sun and Moon. I actually don't think I've heard this one before, so let's see. So that was Mewtwo themes from Sun and Moon, and I think it's also the same in X and Y, though. When I played X and Y, I actually didn't even know Mewtwo was in the game. Unfortunate. But that being said, it takes literally 50 seconds before anything good happens. Because before that, it's just build-up, which in some songs, build-up is, you know, good, but like 50 seconds of it, and it's not very good build-up in my opinion, is trash. Now granted, when you do get to the actual good part, it is pretty good, but the fact it takes you 50 seconds means at the most it could be C, but I'm just going to put it in D, because I don't think it should take that long. Next up is Groudon and Kyogres from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So that was Groudon, Kyogres, and I also forgot to say Rayquaza's theme, because they all share that theme. And honestly, that's also a pretty easy A tier. The primal, like, drums in the background, and I can't even think of what I'm trying to say. It just sounds like, when I think of Groudon, Kyogre, and even Rayquaza for that matter, that theme honestly fits them really well. And especially like the remixed version, because the original right here is already pretty good, but this one is so much better, which is saying a lot, because like I said, the original is pretty good. Anyway, Next up we have Ho-Oh's theme from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Honestly, that one is also another A tier. I know it feels like almost every theme, well, 3 of them are an A tier, but that one was really good as well. I think it fits Ho-Oh and just overall pretty good theme. Next up is another one of my favorites, so I'm sure you can guess where it's going to go. It's Giratina's theme from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Let's see how it sounds. Like I said, it's pretty good in my opinion. It's so like different compared to a lot of them. I mean, I know all of them are different in their own way, but that one just sounds so good in my opinion. I will say it is a little screechy in some parts, which I'm not a big fan of, but for the most part, pretty good, and obviously easy A tier for me. Next up we got, and I apologize if I say this wrong, Zaxxon and Zamazenta. I think I said the sword one's wrong, and I probably said this one wrong too, but I'm guessing this is the one where you first see them in the forest. I actually don't remember what that sounds like, so let's find out. Alright, that was the two sword and shield, the sword and shield doggo from Pokemon Sword and Shield, and well, the forest area in it, like when you first see them, obviously. And it was alright, just kind of mid to me. I really don't have much to say about it. It wasn't bad, but I don't know if I like it as much as any of these others. Though next up we have the Regitrio from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Let's see how that sounds. So that was the Regitrio theme from ORAS, and honestly, pretty good. Now, I don't know if it's anything too crazy, like for A tier, but overall very consistent and almost alien-like in a way. I quite like it. I definitely think it's pretty good. Next up we got Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno's theme from Sun and Moon. Let's see how that sounds. So that was Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno's theme from Sun, and it's pretty good, but it doesn't sound that much different than the normal Gen 1 theme, or Gen 1 battle theme to me, and I don't know. While of course I like that theme and it's iconic, for a legendary, I feel as if I would expect a little bit more. That's just my opinion. I don't think it sounds bad, but I don't know. Could be better, I guess. Could be better. So that was the original Groudon and Kyogre theme, and I mean, honestly, similar to this one, it's really good. Though, I do think I like the other one so much more that it is that much of a separation. However, it's the top of B tier for sure, and it's really good. Next up, we have Black Kyurem and White Kyurem themed. So let's see what that sounds like. Alright, that was Black Kyurem and White Kyurem's theme, and honestly, pretty mid to me. It's not bad or anything, but I don't know. I've definitely heard better. Not bad, but it's just alright. Nothing more, nothing less. Anyway, next up we have the Swords of Justice theme, which, if anyone has heard anything about or heard any legendary Pokemon music, I'm sure you know about this song. Anyway, that being said, let's listen to it. I let that one play a little bit longer than the others, but I mean, that one is not S, but it's my third favorite. So, I guess if I were to rate these, it'd be like that so far. It's just so, it's wasted on the Swords of Justice. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I think the Swords of Justice are alright, I guess, as legendaries, but they do not deserve that theme. And I guess the genies also have it, but seriously, that theme could have been used for so much better Pokemon. Granted, the theme, it's very good. Anyway, next is Palkia and Dialga's theme. was alright. I mean, it was really good start and some pretty good moments, but I don't think it carries well. Like, there are definitely some parts that are kind of like iffy, but I do think it's a solid B. It's just slower B, maybe high C, but it's not bad, just could be better. Next up is Solgaleo and Lunala's theme from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Alright, so I quite like that one. I mean, some parts, you know, but for the most part I think it's pretty good. So, yeah. Next up is Entei theme from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Alright, that was Entei's theme, and pretty good, honestly. Definitely a solid B. I mean, sorry about that, everyone. Had to do something really fast. Like I said, pretty good theme. Next is Eternius's. Alright, that was Eternius's theme, and honestly, not that big of a fan. I mean, I guess it fits him, but, or it, I should say, but I don't know. I just really don't like it that much. Oh, looks like we got this here. Obviously, I'm going to play it because it's so good, but I'm just going to let you know right now, it's right there. Without further ado, let's listen to it. Yeah, like I said, easy S tier. In fact, like I said, I like this one more than this one, so I'm going to switch it around. Anyway, next up is Rushram and Zekrom's theme from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So let's see how it sounds. Alright, that was Zekrom and Rushram's theme, and I quite liked it. In some parts it did drag a tiny bit, but for the most part, it is pretty good, so I'll put it in B. Anyway, next up is Arceus' theme. Let's see how that sounds. Alright, that was Arceus' theme, and I don't know. I don't really like the song itself, but I guess like the drums and stuff do kind of like represent a literal god, and that is what Arceus is. But I don't know if that's like a theme I'd want to sit in a battle and like listen to. So I'm just going to put it in C because it's not terrible, but nothing crazy. Next up is the Galarian Birds. Let's see how they sound. Honestly, same with them. I don't know. I don't hate it, but something about it to me is just not quite right, I guess. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm just gonna throw it in. I'm just gonna throw it in C. It's not terrible or anything, it's just, I guess, not for me. So that was the Ultra Beast theme. Another C, honestly. Now, I will say, while I'm not a big fan of the music, I think that fits the Ultra Beast perfectly, since they're so like weird and different compared to most legendaries. And I definitely think it fits them. I just don't think as a song it's that great. So that's why I'm putting it in C. Alright, and honestly, I quite like that one as well. I think it's still just B for me, but I do think I like it better than just the Entei theme, but not bad, not bad. Next up we have the Reggies from Sun and Moon. Let's see how they sound. Again, just sort of like the last one, I think it's pretty good. I'm just going to put them next to each other. I don't really think either one is better than the other, but they're both pretty good. Next is Xerneas versus Yveltal from Sun and Moon. I don't know why it isn't X and Y, but whatever. I think it's the same anyway, so on to it. Alright, that was Xerneas' and Yvelta's theme, and honestly for me, is an A. I know in some parts it kinda is just quiet and not a whole lot's going on, but when it goes a lot, and I think it's really good. The Tapu theme, I'm not a fan, honestly. To me, it's just, I don't know, I mean, I just don't really like the music, I guess, and it's just, I don't know how to explain why I don't like it, but I don't really. That is Eternius' Eternamax theme, and I guess I like it more than the original. Still not very much. It's just, I don't know if it's like a great legendary theme in my opinion. It's just, kind of bland, I guess, to me. It's alright, nothing crazy. But not, I don't think it's as bad as normal Eternius. Just nothing crazy. I think I quite like that one as well. I think that is, in my opinion, the best Gen 1 theme remixed. And honestly, that was pretty good. Alright, that was Heatran's theme, and honestly, mid. It's, not very good. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's just alright. Sorry about this, everyone, but for whatever reason, I can't find his theme on YouTube, so I'm just gonna put it in F. Sorry. Otherwise, of course, I would obviously rate it, but for whatever reason, I'm not able to find it. Next up is Lugia's theme from ORAS, and if I could stop right-clicking for 5 seconds, we'll get on to it. Alright, so that was Lugia's theme, and I'll be honest, I really did not like that one. In fact, so far, that is my least favorite of the design, or of the songs. It just sounded way too, like, bad, honestly. I didn't like it at all. which sucks considering the fact I really do like Lugia, but not his theme. Next is Mew's theme from Emerald, it looks like. Alright, so that was Mew's theme, and it's alright. I don't hate it or anything, though. I just think it's alright. Looks like next we have Mewtwo's theme from Fire Red and Leaf Green. So let's see how it sounds. So that was Mewtwo's theme from Fire Red and Leaf Green. Honestly, similar to Mew's, I don't hate it or anything. I don't care for it that much, but I don't think it's bad by any means. Next up, we have the legendary birds from Fire Red and Leaf Green. Let's see how they sound. So that was the legendary birds theme, and kind of like Mewtwo's and Mew's, it's fine. Though to be honest with you, all three of these sound pretty much the same, just a tiny bit different. And next up we have the individual themes for the dogs, it looks like, except for I guess Entei's. Oh wait, no, we already did Entei's, so I'm going to move Suicune to be right next to him too, so we'll just do them both. Since we're already doing the dogs anyway, might as well. Let's see how they sound. So that was Raiku's theme. Pretty similar to Suicune's, or not Suicune's, Entei's, though I'm sure it will be pretty similar to Suicune's as well. And also pretty good, honestly. I do really like it. And it looks like next up we have Suicune's theme. Might as well see how that one sounds as well. Alright, that was Suicune's theme. Honestly, it's just as good as Entei's and Raiku's. So pretty good. Next up is, we're getting close to the end here. Next up is the Reggie theme from Black and White. Or maybe Black 2 and White 2, I can't tell. But either way, let's find out. Alright, that was the Reggie themes from Black 2 and White 2, and honestly, it is my least favorite of the Reggie remixes so far, so I'm going to drop it to C. Well, I don't think it's bad or anything, it's just so far my least favorite of any of the Reggie songs. Next is the Reggie theme from Pokemon Sword and Shield. Let's see how that sounds. Alright, that was the Reggie theme from Sword and Shield, and it's different than the other ones, but it's basically also just kind of a C tier for me. It's not bad, but I don't like it as much as any of the others up here in B. So next is the Lake Trio theme. Let's see how they sound. Alright, that was the Lake Trio theme, and I quite like that one. I think that's definitely a solid B tier. It was it's quite different compared to some of them, I think. And the start is kind of weird, but I like it, so I'll give it a nice solid B. Next is Zach. I apologize if I can't pronounce this, like I said before. Zacian and Zamazenta versus like G Max Eternius or whatever. Probably didn't even say it right anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, that was the Sword and Shield dog versus G Max Eternius or whatever. And I quite like that one. I think that's definitely a nice A because it's pretty good, honestly. So let's give it A. I definitely think it's pretty good. Down to the last three now. So let's see how they sound. Alright guys, I want to apologize again. For whatever reason, I also couldn't find their theme. So, or their theme, his theme. Its theme. I don't I don't know why. For whatever reason, these two are just not agreeing with me. If anyone can find the themes for these two, please put them in the comments, and maybe I'll make like a quick, I'll just let you know what I think of them in the comments, but for whatever reason, I cannot find them. So I guess we're just gonna go back to the Sword Dogs. Alright, that was the sword theme dogs again. I said that wrong, but you know what I mean. And that was pretty good. I mean, I think it's just C, but it wasn't bad or anything. Just not my favorite. Speaking of favorite, might notice there's only one left. And S tier has still not been claimed by anyone, and it just so happens that my favorite is indeed Ultra Necrozma's theme. So, I will put it where it rightfully belongs, in my opinion. Let's see how it sounds real quick, and then I'll explain why I like it so much. So yeah, Ultra Necrozma is my favorite legendary theme, and I hope you guys understand why. I mean, the opening, it really just fits the scene so well. I mean, and obviously it doesn't show in the song itself, but like as it's like opening with the organ, I want to say, and you just like see him powering up, and then the minute you throw in your Pokemon, it starts to like pick up, and it's just so good in my opinion. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I know it feels like I said at the beginning, I've been doing a lot of tier lists, but they are quite fun. Granted, this is probably going to be the last one for a little while. Unless you guys want to see more, then let me know and I'll keep doing them. This is my final tier list. Favorite is Ultra Necrozma, and unfortunately my least favorite is Lugia's theme. And like I said, for whatever reason, these two just aren't, I'm not being able to find for whatever reason, but sorry, I guess. I did what I could. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do different in the comments below. And hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.